I am using Nail Couture's Pink Rocket drill bit to drill down the product. Make sure that you leave product on the nail bed so that you're not damaging the nail bed. Once I have drilled down the color on the nails, I do take a hand file and I will hand file the rest of the nail. Make sure you get any excess of any of your color that you have. Blend in that grow out to the natural nail so that it's a smooth transition when you go to put your product on. And make sure that the nail on top, everything is smooth, there's no ridges, there's no bumps, because that will make it so your application of your gel goes on smooth. I'm using a taper cuticle bit to get any of the dry skin that's grown out onto the nail. It cleans it up really nice, and it also pushes that cuticle back so that you can get a smooth cuticle application. Alright, make sure when you are doing this step, if you do it, you go one direction from halfway from the cuticle area out to the edge. And then you switch your e-file into reverse and go the opposite direction. Always make sure that you start from the center and move outward, so that way the cuticle gets pulled away from the nail and it gets any of that dead skin or anything off that nail plate. Use whatever primer that you guys are using for whatever system you use. I use So Simple by So Gel actually, and so this is their primer. The primer acts as a double sticky tape, so when you put that gel on top of it, it will stick and adhere really, really well. I like to put a thin layer of gel down before I start building the nail up. I feel like that it helps get that gel to adhere to the primer and then to the nail, so then you have less lifting, and the product usually tends to flow a lot better too when you've got that small immersion layer, the tacky layer as some people call it, on that nail. So then when you do put your next layer of gel on top of it, it tends to kind of just flow where it needs to go. And we had some broken nails on this set, so I am just going to fix them. I'm using Nail Couture's forms. I really love how they fit because they fit almost any shape of nail, and they're very pliable. They're not thick, and they're easy to work with. Start by putting a little bit of a thicker layer of gel down so that you can build out that free edge that's broke off or is missing. And just move your gel around and kind of let it flow on top of that immersion layer that you had. And just check your sides and the edge of the nail to make sure that it's flush coming out from your side walls. And you want it to be thick enough so when you do take the form off, that it's not just going to break off where the free edge of the nail is and the gel meet. So then that way you can go straight to filing after, and you're not going to have to worry about it breaking off. I spray the nails off with alcohol to take that tacky layer off so that it doesn't gum up my files when I do shape the nail and get it ready to put the color on. I do go over top of every nail to make sure that there's no bumps and that it's smooth. So when you do put your color on the nail, that the application goes on smooth and there's no ridges, no bumps, no holes, no anything. buff the nail to make it smooth, so any of those file marks that you have smooth out so that the application of the color goes on even better. I'm using a sand turtle, and it's been one of my favorite buffers. I like to spray my brush with alcohol to get any dust that's lingering that's on the nails off, and it makes for a cleaner application. I am using Ride the Rails in my Elegance's buttercream line. I'm also applying it with a Tammy Taylor large flat brush. I find that for me it's easier for me to put the gel on with this brush. It makes it a smooth transition from cuticle to tip. I also do put color in front of the brush and butt it up next to that cuticle so that you get flawless cuticle application. I'm using the Real Red in the buttercream from my Elegance again, also the Tammy Taylor brush to apply this. Once those are cooked, I'm actually going to put Wildflower Nails Sensational Pigment Powders on the immersion layer and work it in with a brush. These are actually really kind of cool because they change colors, and they only change color in the sun. So UV light or the sun, so she walks outside, they're going to change. And look at that. They are purple, actually like a burgundy-ish purple. But I will put a second layer on just to make sure that you get all that coverage that you need for the look that I'm going for on this nail. The brush that I'm using is also the scrubby brush from Wildflowers. It really works well to get any kind of glitter or your chrome flakes or anything in to work it into that immersion layer or the top coat or whatever you need. Apply more of your clear gel on top of this and work the gel around. If you've got any divots or any kind of ridges or anything, fill those in and make it smooth so that when you go to file, you have less filing that you have to do. The smoother the nail is, the less filing you have to do, which cuts down on your time. File the edges just to sharpen the nail to make sure that it's straight and smooth, and then just go over the top of it just lightly. I do, unless I do have a couple bumps that I need to file out. That way you've got a smooth nail, smooth transition from cuticle to tip. Use a no cleanse top coat for this part. I'm using Wildflower's metallic top coat. I'm using Wildflower's pop-up gel in white to create the snowflake. What's really cool about the pop-up gel is that you can put it on top of your top coat and you can sprinkle glitter over top of it, or a pigment powder, or the glow powders, or really anything that you can think of. I'll be putting on a yellow pigment powder from Wildflower's Sensation Powders, so that her snowflake, when she goes outside, will go yellow. I go in with the scrubby brush on this next part so that I can lightly tap that powder into the gel. I don't want to press too hard because it will mess up the design of the snowflake. Sometimes I'll tap it and sprinkle a little bit so there's already some on the nail before I start kind of pushing it into the gel. but just do it really, really lightly so that you don't mess up the design. Look at that color when it comes out of that light, and watch how fast it fades. It fades just quicker than quick. That's what's really cool about these, is that you go in and out and you've got different nails inside versus outside. Top coat your design to fill in the powder so that it doesn't come off, and then you are ready to rock and roll after you get cuticle oil and get everything cleaned up. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave any comments if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you very much for supporting me. Love you guys.